Going into another bonus question for you, and I think for you it's going to be very interesting, right? If you could spend 24 hours with anyone, dead or alive, uninterrupted for those 24 hours, who would it be and why?
Oof. Probably Newton. No, Da Vinci. Da Vinci. The ultimate. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't really have entrepreneurs back in the day, but if you had to think of someone that was just so multifaceted in his interests and so incredibly intelligent, Da Vinci. Sit down with that guy for 24 hours. I'd love to be able to come from the future and tell him about all the crazy stuff that we had done just to kind of blow his mind and see how he would react to those types of things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, you
definitely.
know what? Can I go back again? I
Mm,
got
sure,
someone
sure,
else.
sure.
Uh, Augustus.
Wow.
So that was the emperor right after Caesar,
Hmm.
arguably the most successful emperor of the Roman Empire. And he was really the guy that took Stoicism to
Hmm.
where it is now through his mentors and through his teachers. And a man that has absolute power at that level that invests it in things that further build his civilization as opposed to building himself. I think that those are really interesting people to talk to. I'd probably say today it would be Elon Musk would be the closest to that, right? Where he's like, listen, I think that we should have open and honest conversations, and we should make sure that communication is as open as humanly possible. I'm just going to buy Twitter. Like, he could buy himself whatever,
Yeah.
but he wants to spend his money on something that he at least believes, whether you agree with him or not, is empowering free speech throughout the world. And those are people that I find incredibly inspiring, and I would love to be able to spend more time with them.
I think this goes back. I think it was like around like 30 minutes into this podcast, and you were saying something about like history, and I'm just listening to you, and the people like you're talking about. Essentially, they were all entrepreneurs in their own right, right? I mean, and I think like
Absolutely.
I think in today's world, like the echelon of who we're communicating with, like Elon, are essentially following in their footsteps, hands down. Period.
Absolutely. I think that when you think about Elon Musk, it's probably a hybrid of Da Vinci mixed in with probably a little bit of Augustus actually at this point now, where he's almost getting in. I mean, when you think about the acquisition of Twitter, you think about the conversations that everyone is having on planet Earth. That is the town square, right, for the world. And I personally am actually quite excited to be able to see what he'll do if they will accept his offer to be able to get it back to where I think it was about 5 years ago.
Well, I think with Elon, it's some transparency that we're not used to. Like usually, those type of conversations happen behind closed doors, especially in an evaluation of the billions of dollars he's planning on paying for it. People don't hear about that because that's going to affect stock prices, right? So for him to just to come out and say, "Hey, I'm going to buy it, and here's my offer price," it's kind of like for the regular average person to even know these numbers is a phenomenal thing in today's world.
Yes, and I think that that's another thing that's really great about him is he's open and honest with everyone, and I think that there's no real closed doors for him
Yeah.
as an individual. And I think that that's actually, I mean, I talked about radical transparency inside of our own organization. When you join our company, you know all of our secrets. You know our P&L. The only thing you don't know is how much people are paid. We keep that information to ourselves, but everything else we give to the employee so that they have the same informational advantage as the CEO. And we just think it's actually right. It reinforces people's mission of the company and gets them excited about where they want to go inside of the organization and keeps them down to that, man, okay, well, I'm working at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm working at 3 o'clock in the morning because I really want to solve this mission. And these people are being totally upfront with me, as opposed to, um, you know, I have no idea what's going on inside of this organization and I'm just trying to collect a check. You don't want those people in your company.